Rightio, I've come up with another plan, how to maybe use centrifugal force to do my work for me for gold panning. But this is a small scale. I just got to try this first before I make a bigger one. But I'm going to try and do a classifier which is run by the river, but uses centrifugal force to basically spin all the bigger rocks off and collect the gold in a lip. I'll show you what I've got. So this is what I've got. It's actually an old potter's, what do you call them? It's my wife's, not that she knows I'm using it, but hey, it's an old potter's, clay potter's thingy. But it's got a good bearing in it. And what I'm going to do, I've welded this in here, and I've got this old pan, cheap as chips to buy. But what I'm going to do, as you can see, I've got a hole in the middle. So what's going to happen? So that's going to go on there, and then I'm going to do this on here. So that's going to be nice and tight on there. Now what's going to happen is, okay, it's going to do that. Alright, but see down here, there's a nice wee lip. Like it's quite a deep wee lip. It's a bit hard to show you, but there's quite a wee lip in there, so it's almost straight up and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a basket here. What can I show you? I'll say effectively like this. So that's going to go on there like that. Alright, not this specifically, but it'll be a my mesh. I'll make a mesh one to go around here. Same thing, but a mesh. That'll sit on there, and then what will end up happening is you'll load your shovel into here with water. Now what I'm thinking is, what I'm going to do is up under here, so this is going to go in the river. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put little cups, as it were, under here, and then what's going to happen is the river's going to come along, put this in the river, and it's going to make this go round. Alright, so that's just going to spin round by itself. Now what I'm thinking of doing is under here, right up underneath here is, or somewhere in here, is I'll fit a pump, so that the river's making this turn and running the pump, which will then pump water out and up onto here and be blowing in here. So then it's cleaning and running this in whichever way it wants to go, but it will clean everything out. The gold will run down the side and get stuck here, because it's not going to jump that. Not in theory it shouldn't. I just have to get the speed right. But all the bigger rocks, or sorry, not the bigger rocks, because the big rocks you'll end up lifting this off and cleaning it out and then put it back down. But the stuff that I do want will slide down here and get trapped in here, hopefully, in against this edge. But it's a bit experimental, but I just want to see if the concept's actually going to work before I actually do it on a bigger scale and put some different things in here. Like I might end up having a like riffle sort of stuck in here, so that it actually sort of traps the gold and makes it fall slower, whereas all the other stuff will just fall off. But this should actually capture, for now, it'll give me a rundown on whether it's actually going to work, whether it's just going to fall off here and then slide down here and get caught in here. But it all depends on how fast this spins, I think, and then how fast it needs to spin to get, and the water to actually get everything to slide off and out. So I'll come back shortly, and hopefully I'll have the barrel made and we're going to try this tomorrow. So it's, I don't know, what is it, sort of late-ish, it's about 7:30 on a Saturday night, and we're going at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So hopefully I'll have this sorted and we'll be testing this tomorrow, just as a play thing. So I'm sort of winging it, as it were. But yeah, so I'll come back shortly. Right, alright, so I've got the propulsion system for it, maybe. It's a bit hairy-fairy, but might work, we'll see. But this is what I've got. So I got some spoons. So they're just standard old spoons. I actually had smaller ones, but I thought, oh, they're not going to be big enough to actually turn it. So I've just stuck these ones on top of them, so they're a bit bigger. So then that should, in theory, just collect the water and spin it around. Like I say, it's a bit, I'm only trialling it. I just want to see if it's going to work. And then what I'll do is I'll make a proper turbine one probably, but I just want to see if this is actually, the concept's going to work in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that on top of there, I think, and then that'll classify down to, I think that's 6/4, I think, something like that. So then that'll spill it out and into there, and then hopefully we'll see what happens once it starts spinning, and if it starts spinning, or I can spin it manually and see what happens, just to get the concept right. But I'll just drill a hole in that and then stick it back down and see how we go. Alright, I'll be back shortly. I've got it sort of well sorted now, so hopefully it should be interesting to see how it works anyway. So don't laugh too hard, but yeah, for now hopefully the concept, if it works, then I'll make it properly. But at the moment it's just a concept, so yeah, so I'll show you. So this is what I've got. So this is going to turn it, hopefully in the water. This will just be sitting below the water. So what I've got is I've just got this in here, so this will be my classifying down to that size. In the other one, this will actually, this will pop on and off. So you just take this whole bowl off and then clean out what you want, put it back on, and then you'll dig the next part in. Or you can just sit there and just turn it around. But like I said before, what'll end up happening, because this you know, like spins like this, so this will be in the water will be up to here, obviously, up to this height, sort of just below this lip, and then so that'll turn that, but in under there, I think I'll end up putting a water pump, and that'll come down, it'll come around, or sort of around here, and then it'll have the wee stalks sitting like this, which will blow water into this edge or into this thing, so it'll just constantly clean it. So then you can just shovel in there and hopefully it'll all just turn and do its own thing. Got to remember, this is going to be on a bigger scale. It's going to be, you know, way out to about here somewhere, so it's going to be big if I do it, which will give me more surface area and easier to run. But I might end up having to make this here go, so at the moment it goes down and then sort of back up, so it's almost straight back up. It's a lip, so it's straight up 90 degrees. So what I might end up having to do is go down and then come round and back up, so ever so slightly, so this actually curves back onto this a little bit, so it actually captures the gold in it. But for now, this will tell me whether the gold's just going to sit in this edge or not, and what everything else is going to do, because I can sit here and spin it and then, you know, chuck it in and then just see what happens with all this part of it. And I might just have to put in water and see what happens, but having it controlled would be a lot better. But yeah, so anyway, proof of concept, so we'll see what happens. Alright, I'll do this, upload it, and you guys can have a comment and have a laugh and see how we go. Alright, catch you later.